is my best friend. Okay, this is a waiter's screw pull. Anybody have one of these at home? I'm hoping, yeah, okay, yeah. There's so many wine openers out there on the market these days. You know, they got the rabbit that looks like some sort of like, you know, Marquita Sod's, you know, gynecological instrument. I don't know. I mean, just the crazy looking contraptions. I can't figure out how to use them. This is a wonderful, wonderful tool. It is very simple. If you're going out to buy one of these, once you learn to use this, it's a great wine opener. Very long worm, and then for long corks. If a lot of you collect wine, I know that some of you have wine cellars. You know, Bordeaux bottles and Old Burgundy bottles often have corks that are super long, and that mirror, the wet end of the cork, sometimes gets very crumbly. So, you know, picking a wine opener that has a long worm on it that's Teflon coated is really great because it helps you grab the entire cork and get it out without breaking the tip off. Get a double hinger if you can. This little wine opener, I don't know if you guys can all see this. It's got a hinge right here. And I'm going to show you how to use that hinge. It's a super important feature on this opener because, as you'll see when I take the cork out, the hinge allows me to keep the cork completely straight, as opposed to the ones that don't have the hinge, which cause me to kind of pull the cork to the side, which endangers, you know, puts you in a position to, you know, to break the tip off, you know, in the bottle. So, grab a bottle of wine. I always like to keep the bottle facing. Nice sharp knife on this, little serrated knife. You're just going to put your thumb in the back. You're going to cut this below the lower lip. A lot of people have those little cutters that like, woo, 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 you know, they go on the top and they don't cut it low enough. You want to get, in the olden days, and some of us still may have bottles in our cellar, if you're lucky enough, that have a lead capsule on them. Anybody remember that? In the 50s, 60s, 70s, you know, and earlier in Bordeaux, this capsule was made out of solid lead. I still open bottles, you know, quite frequently that are made out of solid lead, and of course it's highly toxic, and you don't want your wine going over the lip. Also, sometimes there can be some nastiness underneath the capsule, which is why we have a little napkin or a wine towel. You always want to, after you remove the capsule, you always want to give it a good wipe just to make sure that any refuse or gunkiness that's on the top is removed. And by the way, that is not ever an indication that the wine is bad. I've had some old bottles of wine or even some newer bottles of wine that have a lot of crud under the capsule. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. So you're going to take the worm, you're going to position it right in the middle, you're going to get it started, and you're just going to bury this worm all the way down. You want to get it as deep as possible. You're going to put your thumb of your opposing hand up there and keep it on the edge. I've got it on the first hinge. Can everybody see that? So I'm going to pull this cork straight up as far as I can get it with the first hinge, and then you go to the second hinge. Thing of beauty, right? Because watch how straight the cork is now as I'm pulling it up. It stays perfectly straight. And you're going to stop when you've got about 10% of the cork left in the bottle. Why? Because that mirror, the wet end, could be pretty delicate, and we don't want to pop it out and risk breaking it at the last second after we have come so far, so close. You want to lose it now. So just grab the cork between your forefinger and your thumb, and you're just going to gently rock it back and forth to kind of get it released at the last. Then you're going to take it off of the worm. Little tip, you want to check this out, make sure that it's wet. If you're in a restaurant, by the way, that's what you're looking for. Anybody smell the cork in a restaurant? Anybody ever do that? Yeah. I used to do it. No need to do that. You're not going to be able to tell anything. Guess what the cork is going to smell like when you smell it in a restaurant? It's going to smell like cork. Exactly. It's going to smell like cork. So the wine is, the cork is not going to tell you anything about the drinkability of the wine at all, except